Ela here, showing you today how to install a graphics card outside your computer. So the first step is you just find any random graphics card out of your pile of them, and the second step is to install it. So you're going to use a powered riser. You can buy these on eBay for like 50 cents if you're trying to buy one, or like $3 for 6 of them. And then you take these tiny little things and you plug it into your PCIe slots. So here's PCIe slots. You have a whole bunch of them. The advantage of installing it outside your computer is you can install like 6 at once, or see if you have this plugged in here, then there's like heat blowing out of it, different directions depending on the style of how your GPU is built, and it'll make your motherboard hotter. It'll make all the internal components hotter. So yeah, you can install it outside to keep your PC cooler, or if you just don't want it in there for some other reason. So the best one to plug it into first is the 16x1, the PCIe X16_1. And yeah, so you plug in the small thing in there. You don't need to worry about this switch here because you're not plugging the actual GPU into there. So you plug the small one in there, and then you plug this data cable in there. This is a USB 3 because we're using good GPUs. And then you plug the data cable into like this platform thing, I forget what it's called. And then this thing, you'll put your GPU on here. You don't need to worry about any of like the capacitors or anything, but you can check and make sure they're not exploded or like bent at all, because bent ones can mess things up. So the next step is you need to power this. Some other steps. You want to make sure you don't have static electricity build up. So you want to like ground yourself by touching some metal, and also you want to unplug your computer and probably turn it off. So now I'm going to power this. So you find your PSU, power supply unit, and then you take the power cords from that, and you just need to plug in one of them to this. Now make sure that you don't power this and your GPU with different power supply units, because then you'll explode you'll explode your computer. So I just plug that in there, and we're good to go on that. And then you take your GPU and you're going to plug it into here. So you want to make sure if you have this little clasp thing that is pulled back so you can fit it in there. So then I just push this in there as such. Make sure it's fully pushed in, and then you'll push the clasp closed. Now this isn't fully installed yet. Make sure you don't turn your computer on yet until you have your GPU powered, if it's a good GPU. If you have an older GPU, it might not have a power supply, so you'll just have to look out for that. Now I'm using power from the same PSU, and then I just plug it in here. Some GPUs will have like 12 slots or so. This one I guess only needs 6 of these. So I just plug that in, and then that's going to get power from the PSU. Now, if you are doing this, like if you only require one of these things, then you'll plug in the one that's closer, like farther back from the cord, because the electricity is going to go there first. And also, yeah, it's just better for a couple of reasons that I forget exactly why. So this, where you want to set this, I was going to set it on top, but it's not going to fit up there. So I'll just put it like outside the computer for now. But you want to make sure that, and I'm just going to put it out here for testing to make sure it runs. But you want to make sure like this wouldn't be a very good solution, because it might like, you probably don't want to put it on carpet because static electricity and yeah, different stuff. Wood is non-conductive, so that'd be a good place to put it, or off of the ground, or I could like mount it in there somewhere. I could mount it like that. I could mount it there. Lots of different solutions. I could build a frame out here. So to test it, that's fine. And then you'll plug in the power cord of your PSU, and then you'll flip the switch on. And then your fan should start spinning and stay spinning. If your fan starts spinning and stops, then you have issues. And you want to make sure like you have the power cord set up and it's in the right slot. You can try different slots and different things. So yeah, that is how to install a GPU outside of your computer.